My first impression of Luka Doncic was wow.
It's always a good challenge. I don't think I've ever won against him.
But Luka is, I mean, for somebody who has the ball in his hands as much as he does, and he controls the whole game with his pace. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets a good shot up every time down. That's rare for somebody who gonna have the ball all game like him. So
I like skinny Luka. I'm also nervous for skinny Luka.
You know, it's crazy and watching Luka's game because I've been sitting on the floor these couple games, and as a fan, forget check a basketball player. His shot looks like it's easy to block, but it's not. Like Adam, he's out there. He's not fast. He's not slow. He's just going doom. When he gets to that turnaround, like it just.
Yeah.
Dirk was like that. I think Bird was like that. You know, also like that. Chris Mullin was like that. Played at his own pace and put a shot right in front of your face, and you could never got it. He's incredible.
Yeah,
Luka Doncic is that one hooper who doesn't look like any kind of basketball menace, but somehow he's the dude ruining everybody's whole night. You see him and think, he doesn't jump wild. He doesn't sprint like a track star. So what's the hype? Then you peek at the scoreboard and suddenly he's sitting on 30 plus, almost a triple-double, and your squad is getting handled like it's nothing. Teams around the league have thrown everything at him. Bigger defenders, quicker defenders, switches, traps, double teams coming from angles only coaches understand. And it still ends the same way. Luka walks right into his spots, runs the whole offense like a director, and finishes the night looking like he's heading to grab a snack instead of just outplaying world-class athletes. What makes Luka so dangerous isn't just one skill. It's the whole package working together. The step back, the size, the passing, the footwork, none of it stands alone. And on top of all that, he's got a basketball mind that feels borderline unfair.
It's always a good challenge. I don't think I've ever won against him.
But Luka is, I mean, for somebody who has the ball in his hands as much as he does, and he controls the whole game with his pace. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets a good shot up every time down. That's rare for somebody who gonna have the ball all game like him. So
he's definitely one of the smartest players that I've seen.
Luka?
Yeah, definitely. Luka had a first big year. He had a first big year. So, really, really talented, really talented.
This man sees the court like a chessboard before the ball even touches his hands. He already knows who's out of position, where help is sliding from, which defender leaned the wrong way, and who's a step late on the rotation before the play even starts. Most players need to catch the ball first and then begin processing. Luka is analyzing first, catching second, and that's why he's always 2 moves ahead. He's not reacting to the defense. Half the time, the defense is reacting to him, moving exactly where he wants them without even realizing it. And the wild part is he's doing all of this at a pace that would get most players benched by their coach. Today's NBA is full of dudes who play like they got boosters strapped to their shoes. Ja is flying, Fox is sprinting, Prime Westbrook looked like he was trying to tear the rim off every night. Meanwhile, Luka comes down the court like he just woke up from a nap. Slow dribbles, calm expression, zero panic. Defenders see that and think, all right, I'm gonna speed him up, I'm gonna make him uncomfortable. They pick him up full court, bump him, reach, talk trash, try to crank up the pressure, and nothing changes. He keeps the same slow pace. No panic, no rush, no break in rhythm. Coaches literally say you cannot speed this guy up. The whole game is flying for everyone else, but for him, it's like he's playing at 0.75x speed, just cruising. But here's the truth, if he were just smart and slow, he'd be a solid role player, not an MVP level superstar. The next part of the Luka cheat code is his frame. This man is a big guard, tall, strong, heavy enough to make you feel every bump. When he leans on you, it's real. He may be listed as a point guard, but he's built way closer to a small forward, and he uses every bit of that size. Put a smaller guard on him and it gets bad fast. He doesn't need 20 dribble combos. He'll just turn his back, drop that shoulder into your chest, and walk you straight under the rim like it's nothing.
The swag he play with is crazy. Like I think the best part is when he starts calling out what he's gonna do.
No way.
Because it takes like, you gotta be really nice to do that.
Like that's some Larry Bird shit.
Oh yeah, like I'm finna go down, I'm gonna post up, one leg feint. Like, yeah, watch what I do to him.
The confidence and the pace that he plays with. It's funny, a lot of people forget he's been a pro, overseas. So the game, they usually say that the game slows down for you, but it's already slow for him. He knows the reads, he knows everything.
Luka in the 5 games he's played, ladies and gentlemen, MVP numbers. He's averaging 40.
When you're trying to stay in front of him, you already know physics is not on your side. You're sliding, scrambling, taking bumps every step, and your balance is leaving your body like it's trying to escape. While you're fighting for control, he calmly steps back and drops a smooth fadeaway like he's at a casual shoot-around. And the worst part, he uses his body like a human shield better than almost anyone in the league. Once he gets his chest or shoulder between you and the ball, your chances of getting back into the play without fouling are basically gone. He's constantly putting that frame between the defender and the ball like he's boxing out in the middle of a drive. And that's why defenders admit he makes them feel unathletic. You can be strong, fast, explosive. It doesn't matter if he wins the angle and the bump. Suddenly, you're the one who looks slow. Even when his shot looks off balance, it still drops because he already created the space with his strength and the time with his patience. In the post, he mixes old school craft with new school footwork. He'll back you down, feel which side you're leaning toward, fake one way, spin the other, and then break your confidence with that one-leg fadeaway. You see that shot and instantly think of Dirk. Same team, same signature one-leg jumper. Dallas really went from one European master of the one-leg fade to another who can hit that shot and do everything else too. And here's the wild part. Defenders know it's coming. It's not a surprise. It's not a secret. But when a move is that polished, even perfect defense might not be enough. So teams try to get clever and say, all right, we're not letting him bully guards anymore. Let's switch a big onto him. On paper, that sounds smart. In real life, that's how you end up starring in a Luka step back highlight clip.
Like, damn, this dude is good. Do I belong? Like that's like the type of doubt that I put in my mind. Like this dude he was that good.
Yeah. It's always been his pace. It's never been a game be like, okay, well, you can speed me up. He can speed me up. Okay, this bigger guy can be more physical. Okay, the smaller guy can get up underneath me. It's like he moves at his own pace.
Who the best one-on-one player in the league right now?
Kyrie.
What? Slow down. Whoa. What?
I got Kyrie. I got
out of my mouth too.
How you gonna say that with Luka?
Luka,
boy.
Nah.
When a big switches onto him, you can almost see the thought bubble over Luka's head saying dinner time. He faces up, studies how you move, gives you 1 or 2 slow dribbles to lull you to sleep, and then bang, step back 3. What really stings is everybody knows that left side step back is coming. It's legendary. Defenders have watched it on film, scouting reports, YouTube, probably even on their own feed. And still in real time, it's so smooth and so quick that your contest shows up just a half second late. He doesn't jump crazy high and he doesn't need a ton of room. He just needs enough space to see the rim, and that tiny bit is all he ever needs. A lot of players compare his step back and shot making to legends like Larry Bird or Chris Mullin because it doesn't look super athletic, but somehow you still can't stop it.
I like Luka.
Luka damn near 6'7". They can't guard Luka, Lord.
He's not gonna go to the rack every time.
6'7", bro.
I said Luka looks like he's mastered his skill.
Bird didn't look like a sprinter, and he was still giving people 30 while talking trash the whole game. Dirk didn't look like someone who should be dropping fadeaways over 7-footers in the finals, but he still did it on the biggest stage. Luka fits right into that same family tree of unguardable scorers. His shot doesn't explode off the screen, but it's dangerous in a way that makes defenders shake their heads. And the wild part is, the second you start overplaying that step back, if you completely sell out to stop it, he'll read that instantly and go the other direction. Teardrop floater, step in mid-range, or straight line drive where he puts his body on you and finishes strong. Pick your pain. If you're a coach, at some point you're thinking, we can't let this dude cook one-on-one all night. We gotta bring help. And that's when the trouble actually begins, because Luka might be just as dangerous as a passer as he is as a scorer. And that's not even an exaggeration. In the first handful of games, he's already putting up MVP numbers, averaging 40, and he's doing it with total control. The moment you send a second defender, he turns into a quarterback with crazy field vision. He doesn't panic when the double hits him. He doesn't pick up the ball too early or spin around looking lost. He keeps the dribble tight, keeps the defender on his hip, and waits for someone to make one tiny mistake, one half step too far from the weak side, and boom, it's over. Corner 3. Big man helps too high, lob to the roller. Defender hiding behind the big, bounce pass right through the gap. He throws no-look dimes, behind-the-back dishes, cross-court lasers. You watch the replay thinking, how did he even see that? His teammates talk about having to stay ready at all times because the ball can hit them from angles they didn't even think were possible. Coaches literally say he's one of the toughest players to scout in the entire league. You can't just say, make him go right, or run him off the three-point line like you would with other stars. Take away the 3 and he cooks you in the post or the paint. Pack the paint and he beats you with step backs and pull-ups. Send a double and suddenly everyone on his team starts looking like they're shooting like prime Klay Thompson because the shots are so wide open. Every defensive plan you draw up comes with a big but when Luka is the target. And then you add his pick and roll game on top of everything else. Now it gets truly unfair. Luka in the pick and roll is straight up trouble for defenses. When he comes off a screen, he's got every option in his bag. If the big drops back, he walks into a pull-up 3 or floats it over the top. If the big steps up too high, he snakes the dribble, isolates the big on an island, and either finishes or forces a foul. This is why defenders look stressed before the play even starts, because no matter what coverage they choose, Luka has the answer ready. If the help defender steps in from the corner, that ball is already flying to the shooter before they even realize they messed up. It's the same kind of punishment Jokic gives you from the top of the key, except Luka does it from the perimeter as a guard, which makes it even crazier. No matter how you decide to guard the pick and roll, something is always open, and he's smart enough to spot it instantly. Now let's talk about something that doesn't show up on film, but players mention all the time: Luka's understanding of human reactions. One former player said something like, he's mastered how humans react on defense. And honestly, that's one of the most accurate descriptions ever. He knows that if he gives you a pump fake, your body wants to jump. He knows that if he flashes the ball, your hand is going to reach. He knows that if he leans into you, your instinct is to push back. So he uses all of that against you like it's nothing. Pump fake, you jump. He leans in, you're off balance. He shows the ball low, you swipe. He brings it back high and slides right past you. He leans that shoulder into your chest. You try to stand your ground and your feet freeze for just a split second. And by the time you recover, the shot is already gone. The wildest part is this is the type of stuff we usually talk about with older legends. Late career Kobe or MJ in the 90s. Guys who had seen every defensive trick and were basically running psychological warfare on the court. Luka is pulling off the same kind of mental games in his mid-20s like it's second nature. It helps that he's been playing pro ball since he was around 14 or 15, facing grown men in Europe, dealing with strange defenses, junk schemes, double teams, and all kinds of pressure. By the time he reached the NBA, nothing surprised him anymore. Coaches say he's tough to scheme against because every time you think you've cooked up something clever, he's probably already seen it overseas and figured out a counterway before you even tried it. And just in case someone thinks this is all hype, let's talk about what he's doing right now. This season, as we speak, Luka is averaging around 34.4 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 8.9 assists per game. That's not a typo, not a glitch, not a video game on rookie difficulty. That's real NBA production. He's leading the league in scoring and still sitting top 5 in assists while almost averaging a triple-double. That's the type of stat line players build a whole legacy off, and for Luka, it just looks like the next natural step in his growth. When you zoom out and look at his whole career, it gets even wilder. He's sitting at roughly 28.7 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game over his career. Those numbers alone are unbelievable, but here's the part that sounds completely made up. With that 28.7 points per game, Luka is currently third in NBA history in career scoring average. Only Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain are ahead of him. That's not just rare company, that's historic company, and he's doing it while still climbing toward his prime. Read that again. When you make a list of the highest scoring averages in NBA history, it goes Jordan, Wilt, And then Luka. That's it. That's the entire list. So when people say he's already on a historic pace, it's not exaggeration. It's literally what the numbers are screaming. And it's not just the scoring either. When you look at players who fill every column of the box score, Luka is already sitting at the grown man table with the legends. Right now, he's stacked up over 80 career triple-doubles, already placing him in the top 10 all-time in that category. He's rubbing shoulders with names like Magic, LeBron, Jokic, Westbrook, and Oscar Robertson, all players known for dominating every part of the game. And on top of that, he owns the record for the most consecutive 30-point triple-doubles in league history with a streak of 6 straight. 6 games in a row where he didn't just get a triple-double, he dropped 30+ in each one. That's not good week numbers. That's are we completely sure he's human? Numbers. When you stack everything together, top 3 all-time in scoring average, top 10 all-time in triple-doubles, leading the league in scoring this season while almost averaging a 35-point triple-double, you start to understand why his name gets brought up next to legends so quickly. Jordan had the killer scoring, LeBron had the full court control, Bird had the mind and the swagger, Jokic has the vision that feels unreal. Luka is out here grabbing pieces from all those styles and mixing them into one player, all while competing in an era where the talent level is higher than ever. So at what point do we stop calling him a nice young star and start calling him a future all-time great? Are we already there? Do you think Luka is on a path to sit at that same table as MJ, LeBron, Kobe, and the rest when his career is done? Or do you still need to see deeper playoff runs and championship rings before you place him there? Drop your thoughts, because the numbers are already yelling and the eye test is right there backing it up. Luka isn't just putting up fun stats, he's moving into statistical neighborhoods where only the biggest legends ever lived. And if he keeps anything close to this pace for another 8 to 10 years, where do you rank him all time? Are we talking one of the best of his generation? Or are we talking all-time upper-tier greatness? And of course, we can't forget the mental side and the swagger. Luka isn't just effective, he's flat-out entertaining. He laughs, he talks, he jokes with his teammates, he debates with the refs, and yes, he'll talk to you while he's scoring on you. There are stories about him telling defenders exactly what he's about to do before he does it. When a player is this skilled and this confident, it's no wonder he's already being mentioned with legends, and he's still just getting started when he tells defenders, "I'm going to the post, one leg fade," and then actually does it. That's straight video game villain energy. If someone hit you with that at the local gym, you might think about retiring from hoops right there on the spot. And when the game gets tight, his confidence doesn't shrink, it levels up. 2 minutes left, game on the line, he wants that ball. Everyone in the arena knows the shot is coming, and somehow he still finds a clean look or sets up an easy bucket for a teammate. That's the same give me the ball and move aura we saw from Kobe, MJ, and peak LeBron. And then you've got what players joke about, heavy Luka versus slim Luka. Early in his NBA run, he carried a little more weight, and some defenders swear that version was even tougher to guard because every bump felt like he was dropping a fridge on your chest. Over 4 quarters that can break you down. Now he's trimmed up, but he didn't lose any strength, he just added better conditioning. Instead of wearing you out with weight alone, now he wears you out because he can attack all game without running out of gas. Either version equals pain. There is no update, no patch, no defensive trick that suddenly makes Luka easy to guard. Trying to stop Luka Doncic is like trying to pass a test where the teacher wrote the questions, graded the exam, and already knows which mistakes you'll make before you make them. Put a small guard on him, he takes him to the post. Put a big on him, he pulls him outside and drops that step back. Don't send help, he scores. Send help, he turns into a playmaking machine and gets his teammates easy buckets and better contracts. He's strong enough to bump you, skilled enough to shoot over you, smart enough to outthink you, and confident enough to do the whole thing in slow motion while talking to you about it. So now I want to hear from you. If you had to guard one star for a whole game, Luka, Steph, LeBron, or Jokic, who are you absolutely not choosing? Who's your personal nightmare matchup? And where do you rank Luka right now? Top 5, top 3, or already knocking on that best player in the world door? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to hear what you think. Your feedback helps me cook even better stories for you, so don't be shy. If you're enjoying ball stories so far, make sure to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.